Hey everybody, Douglas Scott McCarron. Today I want to talk about Lincoln Park and Emily Armstrong. Um, for those of you who don't know, Lincoln Park has released a new album and they have a new singer named Emily Armstrong. She's got some real powerful vocal control and pipes on her. I sit there and I listen to her and I'm just like, wow. Um, there's a lot of fight because she's apparently a Scientologist, and she wrote a letter of support for her friend Danny Masterson during his trial, which she says now she didn't know all what was going on, so she was just asked to write a letter. But there's a lot of this, again, I've seen a lot of anti-Scientology videos, and there's a lot of discussion about her that she's kind of, she's not really shilling, but it's like it's bad that she's a Scientologist and they're dumping on her because anybody who's not anti-Scientology must be bad, I suppose. And so there's just like, she's doing this and they're doing this, and Scientology's handing out flyers at her concerts. You know, I've seen Scientologists handing out flyers almost anywhere, so it doesn't surprise me. So there's this big long discussion about Scientology and Emily Armstrong, except for one person, which is Emily Armstrong. I haven't heard her say anything about Scientology, really. You know, she's not sitting around talking about being an ambassador for Scientology. She hasn't gone on Oprah and jumped around on her sofa and talked about it. So I think it's just one of those, she's a Scientologist. You know, I'm a Catholic. A lot of people think what I believe in is pretty weird. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's so weird about a God with no shape or form operating in such a way that he can cause all this to happen. I don't know what's unusual about that. And then incarnating as a peasant and getting killed as an enemy of the state by the Romans. Yeah, I don't see why that would cause problems. You know, I think a lot of people, they have their personal issues with Scientology. Apparently it is pretty abusive, especially when you leave. And I think a lot of people are acting out on that rather than just leaving. But they also seem to be trying to warn everybody not to get involved in it, because it's apparently not the best mental thing in the world. But then the few Scientologists I've known talk about it's great and helps them with their mind and everything, and they're going up through all these bridges. Of course, they're spending tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it. But, you know, I get a lot of good from just meditating at home and reading the Yoga Sutras and the Bible. I like to read all sorts of stuff like that. I don't know why. Since I was a kid, I've been wanting to study religion and spirituality and God. I get a lot of there is no God. I'm just blathering about stuff that isn't real. To me it is. It seems to be pretty real to a lot of people. But I'd just like to say that she's a really good singer. And so far I haven't seen her walking around being a prophet for Scientology. So, if you haven't heard her, check it out. One thing that really struck me, they have a song called The Emptiness Machine. And one of the major lines in there, it's the empty machine, like there's this machine of stuff that we do, our jobs, everything. It's like not really providing spiritual depth. It's just this emptiness machine that makes us feel empty. But there's one line about, what was it again? I always wanted to be part of something. I always wanted to be part of something. And, you know, Scientology's whole thing is we're all these gods that are kind of lost in the material world, and we're eternal, and we've kind of like fallen asleep and we got to wake up. And the whole idea is to get everybody clear, get their reactive mind cleared, get their whole everything cleared out of them. And if they can get over 50%, it'll tilt the world, the state of human beings. And then this prison planet can be escaped. It's somewhat Gnostic in that sense. That we have the Gnostics had, there's a divine spark, and it's trapped in the material world, and we're trying to get free from the material world, and this place is not terribly wonderful. Then again, other Gnostics go around and try and kill off all the people that are polluting the place, Some people say Hitler was a Gnostic because he had sorted this idea, but, if you actually think this place is a horrible, dirty place, well, you don't try to clean it up, you just leave. But, as far as I always wanted to be part of something, being part of trying to clean up everybody's internal minds and emotions, that's something to be part of. I don't know if Scientology is a thing to do it, because, there's all sorts of other things. But, also being a Catholic, there's some things that Scientology says I don't agree with. But I get the idea of being part of something. Anyway, Emily Armstrong, you can sing really good. I really recommend her to y'all. Linkin Park's looking really good now. All right, thank you. And as always, I got merch at the store, Cafe Press. I have Bit Twisted stuff. I'm getting better, but I'm still a little bit twisted, and I suspect many of you may have a bit of twistedness in you too, and you don't want to express it. All right, thank you. Till next time.